ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Right Opinion, the home of a twat with too much free time. And I am fucking exploiting that free time right now because by my calculations, this video is going to be a 20-minute point. So I hope you bellends have some patience. I would assure everyone that this is a special, and if it does do well, I may do specials once a month or so, if I can. Though I cannot guarantee or promise anything, my free time has its boundaries. Given that this is such a big event, I need to introduce what this video is going to be about. I'm going to be looking at social experiments in the recent chronology preceding this video, their creators and the implications that they actually hold. I'm on the warpath today, and you're going to be along for the ride with me. Also, I'm going to be focusing on racially divisive videos, and the effect that they have on the society around them. Now, I know some of you will be saying, but you said you wouldn't cover YouTube drama. Well, you twat, this isn't just YouTube drama, this is social experiments, and they are greater than YouTube. They extend into society and the impressionable idiots that believe the propaganda they peddle. This is not just a petulant personal gripe, nor is it just shit content, which, by the way, it is. This is me saying that there is a genuine danger to the crap that these channels pathetically pump out to profit from. My intention in this video is to prevent one of these disgustingly divisive and derivative videos from ever surfacing on the internet ever again. Which is a completely ridiculous, far-fetched ambition, but I feel if I shoot for the stars, I'll have more impact on these extremely egregious vacuums of meaningful content. I'm fucking going in, and these cunts are gonna bear the brunt of it. But first, a little background. My first experience with social experiments was with the show What Would You Do, an ABC series that began in 2008 and created stage scenarios to see how the general public would respond. I was intrigued at the time and I watched a fair few episodes. Human psychology does genuinely interest me. Given the often controversial nature of the situations, I was surprised by how passable it seemed to most people. It's never really had much of an accusation of being fake though, and to be honest, when I watch it, it does seem pretty representative, which is probably why I avoided any allegations or prosecutions. It had standards to maintain, and although American TV isn't always the most real, there was something believable about it. Sometime a few years ago, YouTubers discovered that there was a social media platform for these sorts of experiments, and began enacting them to the oblivious public. In my opinion, the first videos of these social experiments were likely real, with these said YouTubers finding their feet and working out the limits of their social experiments. However, upon learning their limits, they realised in fact that there were no limits. Not on YouTube at least. As long as you were making them a fuck ton of money, then who the fuck cares? And more importantly, they couldn't prove your pranks to be fake. But thank God some people have. I have a lot to get through, so let's start off with the most recent of controversies and the silliest of YouTubers, Joey Salads.
As I'm getting older, chip upon my shoulder, roll through life, you roll over and
Well, Tom, looks like there's an Ebola outbreak in New York.
Killing niggas every fucking day.
He said cops are killing people. Come on.
Every day. What does that have to do with all lives matter?
As you can see from this video, the black community is very violent towards Trump and his supporters. Now, when I was filming this video, there were people out the window yelling, "F Trump."
Now, Joey Salads has been around long enough for me to be aware of his antics. I've always had the niggling suspicion that his videos are completely faked, and now the simplest of Snapchats has proved it. For anyone who has emerged from a 30-year coma and you're not aware of what's gone down recently, Joey Salads set up a fake social experiment in which he dressed a car in Trump apparel and left it in a predominantly black area to see what would happen. In barely any time at all, a load of youths turn up and completely trash the car. In fact, one of them had found a very well-suited lead piping, which I'm presuming he had lying around in his humble abode in case any Trump-supporting vehicles entered the vicinity. He concluded that because of this, that black people must hate Trump, and that in elaboration of this fantastical scenario, he had people approach him and say they were scared to vote Trump because of community hostility. Now, with the emergence of this new evidence that proves this was all completely contrived and staged, I would normally just dismiss him as another money-grabbing idiot who just wanted to make a quick buck off racial tensions, and he probably is. However, that's already been spoken about. You see, this goes deeper than the normal smash and grab. If you were to glide onto his Twitter and have a scroll through his tweets, it wouldn't take very long to realise that he was a fervent Trump supporter. In fact, he was a very, very, very aggressive Trump supporter. At first I thought, okay, this is clearly a parody account. Someone's just creating meaningless banter to fulfill the controversy. But scrolling down far enough, I found this absolute peach of a Twitter video.
You know what I'm sick and tired of seeing? I'm sick of seeing the liberals being like, oh, Trump's a reality TV star. He can't be president. You can't have a reality TV star as president. First off, he's not just a reality TV star. He's a fucking business mogul. He owns fucking gazillions of businesses. He's a multi-billionaire. And Ronald Reagan, matter of fact, he was a TV actor who became president and is one of the best presidents we ever had in history. So even if Trump was just a reality TV star, Reagan proved that you can come from entertainment and media and become an awesome president regardless. So those 2 points totally debunk that whole stupid liberal argument where how Trump's a reality TV star, he can't be president, he's not qualified. Stupid.
After watching this, the true scum of Joey Salads and his latest prank really emerged. Here is a man driven by his own political agenda of turning people against a community in favour of Trump. And yeah, he can apologise profusely and make up bullshit excuses about why this is the case, but there's no excuse for this. His conscience could not have been clearer when he published that video and he knew the exact implications. Despite the transparency of this video, I mean, look, he has a fucking lead piping. The foolish idiots just ate it up. Unfortunately, the comment section has been swamped by H3H3 fans, but initially there were people who genuinely bought into this repulsive, repugnant reptilian's rhetoric. I'm really glad this video was called out for what it is, because if it hadn't and people had believed this, given the current racial climate, the implications could have been terrible. It only takes one straw to break the camel's back, and judging by the comments, it could have very easily escalated. You don't know whose lingering prejudices you could have fed, and based on false information, it's hardly justifiable in any case. The one hilariously stupid argument that ignoramuses always come up with is, well, it reflects something that's genuinely happening in America. Well, mate, if it's genuinely happening, then why'd you have to fake it, you asinine half-wit? He masqueraded an invested Trump-supporting agenda in this facade of public interest, which is as inexcusable as far as I'm concerned, and a simple apology video with a made-up story about how he was approached is just as phony as any other prank video. He's removed that particular video because of all the negative press. However, if you need any other provocative content to fulfill your prejudices, do not fear, because all the previous videos, like the legendary bait car, are still available for public consumption. Joey Salads is a cunt who does not belong on YouTube. Okay. So Joey Salads is a bad person who knows what he's doing is incredibly odious. Well, I'm pretty sure he does at least. What's worse than that? Well, I found the cherry on the cake.
I should know better now that I met you. I hope I can alter my ways, but I've been a bad man. I've been a bad man. I've been a bad man. I've been a bad man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is FouseyTube, a special type of twat. This is a rarer specimen, a person who believes he is a missionary, here to be your inspiration on YouTube. Well, I can assure you that you have inspired me to make a whole section dedicated to your highness, FouseyTube. This one is for you. I could go on about his fake drama or how he's evolved into another generic vlogger with the personality of a fucking grapefruit, but as we're doing racially focused videos, I'll stick to the subject and cover any extra points afterwards. We've seen the forced prejudice against black people social experiment, but let's mix it up with a forced prejudice against white people social experiment. Firstly, remember that this one is also completely fake as well. In this one, he has the hashtag Black Lives Matter, which is a great way to start off a fake politically charged social experiment. This video entails how people will react if a black person stole an item from a white person, and vice versa. Now, FouseyTube not only engineered the experiment to suit his agenda and to feed the tension, rather than actually fight it, he also plugged in an in-memory section at the end of his video to manipulate the emotions of all the people watching and create this slimy veneer of unity to what is actually a very divisive video. The truth is simple, however. When you make a video like that, you don't do anything to stop the prejudices. People don't associate negativity with a realization that there are race divides. In fact, this sort of video will just make white people defensive and feed the prejudice of others. When the truth is really, really much simpler. There are cunts in every race and religion, and the best way to deal with this is to bridge the gaps, not to make them. In the words of Martin Luther King, hate cannot drive out hate, and hating in the name of love is one of the most contradictory bullshit messages, but it's one that FouseyTube has adapted very well. It's just as divisive as the Joey Salads situation, and probably even more deceptive. FouseyTube is a wolf in sheep's clothing. There was a video on the internet a couple years back where they paired homophobic people with homosexual people and made them maturely talk out the differences, and at the end, the final goal was to make them hug each other. It was a very successful video, and that shows the real power of positive association. Once again, they didn't need to plug in a forced message to try and justify what they were doing because they did it naturally. There is nothing natural about this video, and that's only emphasized by the fact that it's fucking fake. How do we know that it's fake? Because FouseyTube admitted it himself, but claimed all his videos were done in good spirit. I'd say he doesn't know better, but he clearly does. He's just full of shit. Now this is the point where I would thank and reference Colossal's Crazy's video to FouseyTube and endorse you all to watch it. However, unfortunately it has been taken down, and Colossal given a copyright strike by the FouseyTube himself. In Colossal's video, he systematically took apart Fousey's videos and explained why FouseyTube is an absolute cunt. And FouseyTube, being the crazed, egotistical megalomaniac he is, striked his video and took all the revenue from it. All the fucking revenue.
So on the 30th day that I had that video still under my CMS, I got a tweet saying it's the 30th day. And what did I do? I told my team to remove the video, thinking that would be that.
Colossal took months to make a video. He put time and effort to script, create, and edit 45 minutes worth of content, more than any manufactured product that FouseyTube ever wanked over. And he has the audacity to monetize a video that's not even his and then get it taken down. It's a fucking disgrace, and it's exactly why people like FouseyTube should not be given the power they currently have on YouTube. The reason that FouseyTube has done this is because he doesn't want anyone to challenge his YouTube golden boy image that he so desperately wants to preserve. He wants to inspire people, be this role model. He's a good person, you see? Let me tell you this, FouseyTube, you are a bad person. You have profited off prejudice, you've coasted off a career made by exploiting stereotypes, and you honestly want to stand and be this role model who's going to tour the world and give inspirational speeches and write a fucking book? You want to shut down anyone who dares speak against your own self-centered image. You try to justify your good deeds by buying shit. You're an idiot, you know that. Buying stuff for people does not make you a good person. People like Al Capone and Pablo Escobar did a lot of community work. Unfortunately, it didn't stop them from being absolute scumbags. And unfortunately for you, FouseyTube, you're too thick in the skull to realize that it's not how you spend your money that defines you as a person, it's how you fucking earn it. You're the American equivalent of syndicate, and you'll grab the money even if it's not yours. Doesn't even matter how you fucking do with it afterwards. And people are going to shut the fuck up about charity work. Some of the worst human beings have done charity work to try and justify a false positive image to manipulate the public. Not this time, Fousey, not this time. Charity work does not right your wrongs. Bad people can do good things, especially when those good things are done in a half-assed attempt to try and project a false image. And this brings me to my closing statement. No one should be making money off dangerous, hate-inciting content. If someone is going to be demonetized for talking about sensitive issues like I have in the past, and I understand why, this must also fall under that. I really wanted to go in on more YouTubers in this video. Unfortunately, most social experiments have not been completely proven fake, even though I have a hunch most of them are. Social experiments are dangerous when you fake them because you're feeding an image to the public that will cause prejudice and tension, which in America right now is the last thing we need. Joey Salad and FouseyTube are not affected by any of these prejudices because they have a fuck ton of money. If they were actually related to any of the victims of race-related crime, the unarmed black civilians, or the police officers, they would think twice. I'm sure of it. But they're not. They live in their own YouTube bubble, driven by self-interest and taking advantage of the emotions of viewers who don't have to experience the implications that this sort of content might hold. That's the real threat, and that outdoes any good deed. If you're considering doing any social experiment with regards to race relations, I have a message for you. You can do it, but if you do it, then the blood is on your hands. Don't be Joey Salads. Don't be inspired by FouseyTube, both of whom are driven by the incentive of a hidden selfish agenda. Make content that will actually ease the situation and work to stop this bullshit that is a danger to society as far as I'm concerned. In conclusion, social experiments with a propagandist undertone should not be missold to the public, as it endangers race relations for those who are actually exposed to living in more deprived and impoverished areas, the ones affected by the insidious message that these videos hold. In my opinion, they shouldn't be airing, but there's nothing I can do about it. Fuck you, YouTube. We can just hope that one day we'll see an end to these disgraceful, supposedly social experiments. Do you think there's anything remotely defensible about the recent escapades? Do you think Joey Salads and or FouseyTube are good people? I hope not, but it's a free world. Leave your thoughts and comments in the section below. I'm the right opinion, and I hope this doesn't get taken down. Fuck you, FouseyTube.
It's got you feeling right. It's got you feeling like. Come on, yeah.
I just woke up, I'm dazed and my afro's matted. Reach under my mattress to grab my stash.